Hey, how's everybody doing today? It's another day and another evening at the bar. Black American Relationship Reboot. Yes, indeed. We loving y'all out there, getting a lot of response and a lot of love. And today, I wanted to start out because I was listening to my girl this morning, Melissa Harris Perry. Let's throw her some love. I really enjoy her programs on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. over on MSNBC. But they were doing a piece about Sister Beyonce. I guess at her last concert, she did a big to-do shindig with the word feminist in the background and the dancers and this girl power, woman power piece. And I'm like, okay, yeah, the feminist piece, huh? So I guess this whole woman thing is just a really powerful thing for the sisters because, you know, being a woman is rough out there. So I decided to think, what would be a good question to ask the sisters to respond to, and then we can get a little feedback, and then I'll holler back on it about what I think. Well, what got my goat was an article I had in my stash for a little while by a sister named Desiree Cooper. She writes for, this one was in the Detroit Free Press about 3 years ago. She said, right here, sexism still tops my list of struggles. In other words, her biggest problem is her sex, her gender, not her race. So that was gonna be my question to the sisters. What's your biggest problem? Is it sexism or is it racism? Get at me. You know where to find me on Facebook now, thanks to my producer, C. Clay. And I also have an email. I'd love for you to hit me there at marklistentoyou, and that's at gmail.com. So holler at me at that email address, marklistentoyou at gmail.com. Give me some responses, and we'll talk about that probably next week on the show. Now, there's been a few sisters, really, who've spoken to this idea of the sexism being the biggest problem. And I had one here from Shirley Chisholm. She also was quoted as saying that when she was running for president. And I was wondering, that would have been a perfect opportunity to say racism is my biggest problem, because we all know that racism is a rough thing to deal with. But, you know, the sisters, we're going to deal with that later. But what we want to talk about is so much going on in the media now with you sisters. I mean, there's just a lot of focus on the sister. You got the diva shows, and you got the Atlanta shows, and the hip-hop, love and hip-hop shows, and my goodness, and just the wives of the ex-wives shows, and the Atlanta housewives shows. And I mean, right now the sisters are big. You guys are the mavens, so to speak. And my producer brought to my attention a show that's about to come out, and it just kind of blew me, because I was like, what is this? And it's going to come on Lifetime, and it's going to be called The Girlfriend Intervention. Now, what is girlfriend intervention, ladies? It's going to be about black women giving advice to white women on how they can be angry black women. Ooh-wee!
You have not influenced me. I am my own person. I am a strong black woman.
Can you imagine you guys turning, and I mean, let's just be honest. The white sisters now, they getting a little swag in they step now, and you know, they gonna start rolling their necks in a minute. And when that happens, oh my goodness, what we gonna do? Because I don't think the white men are ready for that. I'm gonna be honest with you, white brothers, y'all ain't ready to have y'all women coming home looking at y'all with a funny look in their eye and rolling their neck, and you know, they got this thing where they tap your forehead with their finger. They think that's real cool, you know. They can just push your head back, and you can't, you know, you can't respond physically to that. You just gotta let it go. So, you know, and that's another discussion. I mean, we had the Ray Rice thing, so we don't even want to go there right now. But yeah, so the show is gonna be about 4 sisters who are gonna teach white women how to become angry black women. So the angry black women, it's a cool thing now. You know, to get mad and get a little spice in you and throw drinks on people and rip their hair out and cuss them out So, I mean, is that what y'all sisters want to be now? Because this is the image they portray. This is what they telling the world. Once they, like I said, this is about the reboot. So once they moved us out the way, now they can start turning you guys, and you thought it was cool, but then people started to realize, hey, this ain't so cool. And I'm gonna tell y'all sisters, this is different. I ain't even gonna go there. But the 4 sisters that are gonna be on the show are Tracy Balin. She's gonna be the beauty pro, so I guess she's gonna give them extensions and all that piece right there. They already blind, probably the majority of them, so they ain't gotta get no blind look. And sisters, some of y'all just don't look good with blonde hair. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't do the bleach blonde look. It don't look good on all of y'all. I ain't crazy about it on none of y'all, but it really don't look good on all of y'all. And then you're gonna have the fashion maven. Her name is Tiffany Dixon. And let me see, the fashion maven, huh? What would she set them up in? Because y'all sisters been wearing some real scantily clad stuff. So it's gonna be something tight. And let's just be honest, there ain't too many white sisters with no derriere back there. So you gotta do something to lift that up and tighten it up and give it a little accentuation. Then you're gonna have the home sanctuary. Now, this lady named Nikki Chu, so I don't know if she a sister or she mixed with Asian, but whatever it is, she's part of the sister piece. So I guess we want a little African art in their homes. That would be cool. Because I think you should have some African art if you're a white person, because it'll remind you that, your people traveled all the way to Africa to grab some folk and bring them over here. So they were really concerned about going to Africa because they made a whole lot of trips over there and back. So get a little African art in your life. Maybe a velvet picture, a shaft or something, tighten it up a little bit. And then you're going to have the soul coach, who is Tanisha Thomas, and I guess that's the one going to teach you how to roll that neck, get a little swag in your step, Because can't nobody switch like sisters. I'm going to tell you right now, to the white sisters, y'all good peoples, but you got to have a little something to switch, be able to make it kind of like bounce back there. And the other day I was listening to Freak of the Week. And for all of y'all who might not know, Funkadelic, Freak of the Week, 15-minute long version. And one of the lines is, it didn't twerk. Okay, now this was 75, okay, so they were talking about twerking back then. So this twerking thing for Miley Cyrus and all her friends ain't nothing new. We invented the twerk way, way back, and if it don't jump, it ain't twerking. So, yes indeed, sisters, y'all got a whole bunch going on, and wow, what we gonna do? But my main thing also to do tonight is to get y'all to understand what we're gonna be doing here. Because we're going to be around a while. And I was talking to my producer saying, look, the reboot mainly is about black men and black women, and we got to fix our relationship to one another. Because it's apparent that somewhere down the line, we done gone off the tracks. The brothers ain't too fond of the sisters ain't too fond of the brothers, and our families are suffering. The children are suffering, our parents are suffering, our grandparents are suffering, everybody's hurting. So the reboot is about bringing this love back, that we can fix this piece, because that's the important part. How we gonna fix black relationships with one another? And then that's gonna help fix other relationships. Like all this stuff we dealing with these police officers and all of this foolishness. Well, we gotta fix what we got going on and deal with this whole racial piece and show them, look, we got love for ourselves. All of this other foolishness, we gotta say, no, that's not us. We care. And it ain't easy, because to be honest with you, next week I'm gonna have a sister down that wrote a book called Racism, the Church in the Obama Age. So Dr. Elrita Dodge, she's a heavy sister. And we're gonna discuss this racism piece from the inception of the Ku Klux Klan, all the way through to lynchings, the enormous amount of lynchings, in especially Texas and Louisiana, and miscegenation laws. They're all connected. And boy, oh boy, when you've been pretty much told your entire life that you don't count, you ain't human, You ain't intelligent, you don't look good, it's rough. So we're gonna deal with that shortly in the segments coming up. So my producer's telling me to shut it down. We just wanted to get it out there for you guys. Quick relationship reboot, the Black American relationship reboot. And we're gonna keep making it happen. Peace and love to you guys. And I'm gonna end with, I'm tired of racism, up with love.